Hello and welcome to a Talmud Israeli production. Today we'll review the highlights of this week's course of Daf Yomi study, Masechet BavaMetzia, pages 74 through 80, Ayin Daled through Pei. 74. Amar Rava. Hani Beit Lata. There was a group of three people. Diyav Zuzal Echad Mezaben Lahu Midi. They gave their money collectively to another fellow to buy on their behalf some item. So three people are looking to be purchasers together of a certain item that's going to be bought by their agent. But this guy had in mind when he bought the item for only one of the three people who gave him money. Zaban Lakulhu, despite his mental thought of buying it only for one of the three people, the fact of the matter is he's bought it for all three. They're all three equal owners in this new possession of theirs. However, this is only true if the three people who gave him money did not give individual packages of cash. However, they gave it all together in one lump sum as one big bundle. However, if they gave separate packages of money, then the one whose money he used to buy the item, that's who owns the item. And those who didn't have in mind, because he didn't use their money, it's not theirs. Ayin Hey, 75. Rabban Gamliel Omer, Yesh Ribit Mukdemet, Yesh Ribit Mucheret. Rabban Gamliel says there's a possibility of illegally giving ribit, interest, both before a transaction occurs and after a transaction occurs. How so? Ketzad. What happens if Reuven sees that he wants to borrow money from Shimon? So he sends Shimon a gift of some kind. The Omeran says, I'm giving you this gift because I want to butter you up, because I want you to lend me some money. Mukdemet, that's ribit mukdemet. You can't do that. It's premature interest. Lava himenu v'asamautav. What happens if Reuven borrowed from Shimon and paid him back already? And he said afterwards he sent a thank you card with a note with some gift that says I'm giving you this gift because your money was temporarily idle with me while I was borrowing it. Ribit mu'acheret, that's an example of post-dated ribit. It's no good. Can't do it. Ayin Vav, 76. With regard to arrangements between employers and employees, Kol HaMeshaneh, anyone who changes the term of employment, Yado al hatachtona, he has the lower hand in whatever litigation might follow over compensation. V'chol ha'chozer bo, and anyone who reneges on an agreement that was already reached, Yado al hatachtona, he too has the lower hand in whatever litigation might follow over payment. Ayin Zayin, 77. Ha'u Gavra, there was a certain guy. Dezaban lechamra lechavri. He sold a donkey to his fellow, and the fellow didn't pay the full amount. He paid 99% of the amount. It was $100. He paid $99. There was one outstanding zuz, one outstanding dollar that had not been paid out of the purchase price. And the seller was chasing after the borrower. I want my money, give me that last dollar. And the buyer wasn't coughing up the last dollar. Yotiv, Rav Ashi v'kma'ayin ba. Rav Ashi was examining this case and wondering, what should the law be? Ki I gavna mai. How do I rule here? Kani o lo kani. Has the buyer acquired the donkey or not? Can this be undone? So the Gemara says, Zuza kezuzi dami v'lo kani. One zuz is like many zuzim. Just as if a guy did not pay a substantial percentage of the purchase price, 30, 40, 50% of the purchase price, it's not his, the item doesn't belong to him, we undo things. So to even one zuz, even 1% of the purchase price, failure to remit payment, we're going to undo the thing. Ayin Chet, 78. Hasocher tachamur. If someone rents out a donkey, l'holicho bahar, to traverse the mountaintops, v'holicho babika, but the renter went a different route, instead went into the valley, or babika, he was supposed to take the rented animal into the valley, holicho bahar, and took it into the mountain. Afilu ze eser mil, v'ze eser mil. Even if both routes to get to wherever he's going would have taken him 10 miles, it doesn't matter that they're the same. Meta, if the animal died, chayav, the renter is liable because the renter violated the terms of the agreement. It was supposed to be that the animal was going to go in the mountain, it went into the valley. Valley went to the mountain. So failure to abide by the terms will result in liability. Now, what went wrong? So the owner of the animal can say, "Avira debika katle," that the air quality in this part of the journey, where the animal was not supposed to go, it killed it, and it's your fault because you took it there. Ayin Tet 79. Tanu Rabbanan. Hasocher tachamor l'kovalea ish. If you rent out an animal, a donkey, to have a man ride on it, lo terkavalea isha. A woman should not ride on the donkey. However, if you rented it out for an isha, for a woman, rochevalea ish, a man can ride on the donkey. Why this disparity? Because a woman is heavier on the donkey than is a man. Since a man is able to properly reposition himself and stabilize his body on top of the animal out of uh, experience riding the chamor, as opposed to the amateurish or inexperienced woman, so she doesn't know how to adjust herself on top of the animal, her weight becomes heavier upon the animal and more burdensome. With this in mind, let's say the renter was a woman. What size woman? Isha ben gedola ben ketana. It doesn't matter whether she's a large woman or a small woman, petite or overweight. Afilu mu'beret, even if she's pregnant, any size woman can go on the donkey rented for a female. Okay, 80. Kol ha'umanim shomrei sacharim. All the craftsmen who receive an item to work on, to tinker with, and to perfect, and then to give it back to the customer, while they are working on it, they have the status of a shomer sachar, a paid custodian. However, their status changes when the job is done, potentially. Kulan she'amru, if they were to say, Tolat shalcha vavemaot, come take your item, it's available for pickup, and you'll pay me when you get a chance. At that point, they're no longer a shomer sachar. At that point, they become shomer chinam, an unpaid custodian, because they're not holding the item hostage as collateral for the payment of their wage. They're willing to allow you to pick up the item, and you'll pay them when you get the chance. So, because of that magnanimity, their status changes to the status of shomer chinam, which has much less responsibility in case something goes wrong. Everyone have a great week.